Welcome back to the College Cinephile. I'm Coleman, and with me this week is Delaney to review Unicorn Store, the new Netflix original directed by Brie Larson and starring Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson. So, first, an overview of the plot. This stars Brie Larson as an aspiring artist who gets kicked out of art school and has to move back in with her parents. After this, she decides not to just sit around and do nothing, so she gets a job at a temp agency. From here, she also gets an invitation to buy a unicorn from Samuel L. Jackson at a mysterious storefront just called The Store. From here, the plot develops, and she has to decide whether she wants to put both feet into the adult world, both into the world of a child, or straddle the line somewhere in between. So I think our first impression of where to go from this is that Brie Larson directed this, and this is her directorial debut. So what did you think of her first stint behind the camera?
I was a little disappointed, honestly, just because I was expecting more from her. You know, I really like Brie, and the movies she was in, were better than this one. I don't know if this is the first movie she's ever directed. I'm not sure. I didn't really do research on that. But, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. It gave me weird vibes. I wasn't, crazy about it. I also was a little bored. So yeah,
I was pretty mixed on this movie. There were lots of parts I really liked, and then there was a lot. It's not that I didn't dislike it. I think you got it. That I was just kind of bored through some of it. And I don't know if I want to say that that's Brie Larson's fault as the director, because I don't think it is. I think she actually shows a lot of promise as a director in certain parts of it. She has a pretty clear vision behind some of the scenes that she's directing. I think probably the blame maybe falls more like on the script. That if anything, maybe the script doesn't necessarily fit with the style of directing that Brie Larson wants to do right now. But I'm with you. I'm a little disappointed. I was excited when I heard that she was directing a movie. I really wanted it to be good because I really like her as an actress. And I think as an actress, she's still really good in this. I think she captures she captures a like childish whimsy at the same time, though she's very clearly in conflict with the fact that the world doesn't want her to be still childish.
I agree. And honestly, for this movie, I kind of don't think that Brie should have played that role. I feel like they should have gotten someone more weird, someone that can like play it and really like get into it. Because if you're, directing a movie, I think you should, really focus on that. It's kind of hard to do two at one, I feel. Because it's kind of looking at the movie from two different outlooks, and I think that a different actor could have executed that role really hardly. Passionately.
I think that maybe she probably had some like split attention here, but I still think she has some great chemistry with her other on-screen actors.
Yeah.
Anytime her and Samuel L. Jackson are on screen together, both in this and now in Captain Marvel, I am just so impressed with how effortlessly they're able to bounce off each other. And especially for being two very different actors. Samuel L. Jackson got his start in these, like kind of hard-boiled like gangster movies almost.
Yeah.
Like he's in Goodfellas, he's in Pulp Fiction, and he's done a lot with Tarantino. And then Brie Larson is mostly in these like quiet movies for the beginning of her career until like blockbuster Captain Marvel. So the fact that they're able to act so well together, I think, is very impressive.
Also, the other actors, can I just point out Gary in that movie? Honestly, like, there was a scene where he just, like, stared at her, and I almost got chills because that was some cool acting.
Gary is her boss at the temp agency.
Yeah,
and he is weird.
And he was good at playing weird. And I was like, wow.
I think this is probably one place her directing does do really well, because I expect that she directed this actor to play the character very cardboard, very stiff, very unnatural, to kind of communicate that, living in this adult world and having this like grown-up job is probably not as fun or like as good as it's made out to be by a lot of people. And this is evidenced by like the one character that kind of embodies the like adult world is this really creepy and weird character. Meanwhile, she's more lively, fun, and refusing to live in that world.
Yeah.
But One of the characters that I think was really well done and I did enjoy seeing on screen was Virgil, who is her like
Yes.
romantic interest.
Love you, Virgil.
Yeah, he starts out as just this guy building a stable for her unicorn, and over the course of the movie, it develops from more of he's just kind of doing a favor for her to now they're kind of friends to he's the only person that she really confides in, and in the end, he believes in her like wholeheartedly, which I think
Right.
is a really kind of beautiful character arc, displaying how someone can grow to love another person despite some of the things that maybe are unappealing or
Right.
be like a block to other people.
I really liked the romance. That was a cute, add in to the movie. I wasn't really expecting that. I thought that was neat because, I just didn't see it coming. I was like, okay, this is more so about her, kind of like overcoming herself. And then when they added that romance, I was like, okay, this kind of, I liked it a little more. But yeah, Virgil was great. He was a great character.
I think the big takeaway from this is that the movie lacked a bit of purpose. That it has this idea of what it wants to get at about asking, what's better, to be childish or to grow up, right? And I think Brie Larson kind of touches on those things in her directing, but maybe the script is holding them back or something else is. If anything else, I think this movie is a tad disappointing because it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It had a lot of promise and maybe just didn't live up to much of that. But I think it still shows that Brie Larson has talent both behind the camera and in front of it, and that maybe she will go on to be, more successful as a director in the future, maybe with a larger budget or a better script, any manner of things. If she directs another movie, I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. I love Brie. Brie, love you, girl. What would you rate this?
So like I said, there wasn't anything that really made me go, oh, that's bad. It was just kind of boring. So I don't want to give it like a bad review or like a bad score. So I just straddle the line like 2.5 out of 5. Like it's kind of cute. If you like Brie Larson, see it.
I would say I would give my rating a solid 3. Just flat out 3. Right in the middle. It's not terrible. It's not to the point where I'm like, I'm turning off my computer. I'm not watching that. But it's also not to the point where I'm, glued to the screen. So I think if you want to watch something, like just have something on, watch it.
Thank you for joining us for our review of Unicorn Store. Tell us what you thought of the movie down in the comments. Give us a reaction, give us a like. If you want to see more of our content and get more reviews upcoming, we have some big ones coming up. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Otherwise, we'll be back with another review very soon. Thank you.